In this video, I thought I would share with you a few of the goodies that I brought back home with me after attending TeaFestPDX and visiting Oblation Papers and Press in Portland, Oregon. The Portland Tea Festival occurs every year in mid-July, and I have been going since 2017, but did not attend during 2020 and 2021 due to the pandemic. This was my first visit to Oblation Papers and Press, which is a Traveler's Company partner store. I took my dearest friend with me who was in love with all of the vintage typewriters, and I quickly honed in on the Traveler's Company section. And I got my very first partner shop stamps, which was really, really exciting. I'll go ahead and start with the tea items first. I was so thrilled that Prana Chai was one of the vendors at TeaFestPDX this year. I was introduced to them last year in 2022 and fell in love with their sticky chai. They are an Australian-based company, actually, but they do import into an office in Portland and distribute in the US from there. I went ahead and got the ginormous 1 kilo bag, which is roughly 2.2 pounds. A little goes a long way here, and this will last me several months. And on the back of this bag, there are really cool visuals for various methods of brewing this chai. What makes this chai special is that it is processed with honey, and you might be able to see a bit of a sheen on the leaves there. That is the honey that has been basically infused into the tea. And it is, because of that, it's naturally sweet when you brew it, and it is amazing cold brewed. The next item up is one of my tried and true favorites and has been for several years. This is a 1 pound bag of black spiral from the Tao of Tea. If you live in the Portland area or are close by and are able to visit and you are interested in tea at all and you have not heard of the Tao of Tea, you need to go visit their tea shop, and they also have 2 eateries in the Portland area. This black tea is one of my favorite teas of all time. It's a lighter black tea. It's golden tipped, and so it has a bit of a sweet, buttery, malty flavor. I recommend this tea highly to folks who put sugar in their tea but are trying to maybe cut back on the sugar, because this tea is just naturally sweet on its own. And it is called Black Spiral because the leaves are sort of spiral shaped. I call this one my workhorse tea, and I always make sure that I have access to a little stash at home, at school, and if I go somewhere, it's always with me. The final vendor I purchased from was Cup of Tea. They are a Clackamas, Oregon-based shop. Clackamas is slightly southeast of Portland off of Interstate 205, and I loved this bag when I saw it, but I didn't know if I wanted to get it. But then I found out it had a tarot card representation on the back, and it was the moon, and that was a sign in more ways than one that said, yes, you need this bag. So I got this bag. I fell in love with this vendor's booth, and apparently their shop is an experience unto itself. And my friend that I went with, who lives down there, said she would take me the next time. But they had cold brewed oolong on sample at their booth, and I fell in love with these 2. In particular, this one had a little green tea mixed in with rose and chamomile and lavender. It was almost like kind of a bedtimey tea, even though it does have a bit of caffeine. But this Mount Hood Meadow was my absolute favorite. This was like summer in a cup, and it had apple and carrot and pineapple and peach and rose and sunflower. It was so gorgeous, and my intention with those is to attempt to cold brew them like the samples that I tried at the booth while I was there. One of my favorite things about festivals like this is all of the random bits of swag that you can pick up. And of course, there were stickers. Stickers everywhere, and the majority of them were free. And so, of course, I snatched some of those up. That Portal Tea sticker on the right, they used to be Tea Chai Tay. They changed their name, but their product is still amazing. But yeah, so I just kept all my stickers swag in this cup of tea bag, and I'm really excited to try these oolongs. Oolongs for me have been a thing for the past couple of years especially, but I've never cold brewed an oolong myself, and so I'm excited to try that. So that's my tea stuff that I brought back. Now we'll move on to the stationery stuff. Oblation papers was amazing. I can't wait to go back. And I picked up some stuff while I was there. They also carry, they're a partner shop, and they also carry Traveler's Factory items. In addition to Traveler's Company, Traveler's Factory items can often be a bit hard to find at times. And I saw the coffee mug charm, and I snagged it, and I took it off and put it on my olive almost immediately. And it has a little Traveler's sort of etching in on the center there, and it just has a kind of a random wabi-sabi look, and I love it so much. I also picked up the camera charm, and my intention for this is that it will go on my Ace Hotel, which I am turning into essentially a travel journal. I was really fond of that charm because it reminded me a bit of my own Olympus pen mirrorless camera. I also picked up the spare, the repair kits, both in the standard colors and the spare colors. So I have them all now. This is the standard set, and it comes with a replacement elastic for each of the five main colors: the black, the brown, the camel, the blue, and the olive. And these also come with extra cords and an extra tin clasp should you need them. The spare set has the secondary colors, so Traveler's Company notebooks come with the main color to match the cover and a secondary kind of contrasting color. So the red comes with the black, the orange comes with the brown, the green comes with the camel, the mustardy colored yellow comes with the blue, and the slate bluish gray color comes with the olive, which is the newest addition to the regular lineup. And I was really excited to get that blue color because I don't have that. I also picked up accessory 029, which is the clear 3-fold file. My intention for this is that it will reside in my everyday carry to house what basically project support materials. If you're familiar with the Getting Things Done method by David Allen, he has this terminology for materials that go with your projects, and he refers to those as project support materials. And that's kind of what I intend to do with this for those papers that are larger than standard size, but would still be nice to have in my standard size everyday carry. So what I'm doing now is just kind of experimenting with placement as far as where I want to keep it. This craft folder that you see here, I have essentially turned into what I call a permanent reference folder. I did invert it so the pockets are on the outside because I wanted a flat surface on the inside for a reason that I will go into when I do that video where I feature my monthly and where I talk about sort of like project management and reference management. So I like the idea of it being attached to the folder because it's almost like another dashboard, but the insides dig into the center a little bit and it doesn't lie quite flush. That's typically not something that bothers me, but I just don't want to damage the little insides of the folder. So I'm taking it out here, and my other option is just to place it in the middle under that main center elastic because I don't have anything there. I had a feeling it might fit a little nicer this way, just because it doesn't have to mold itself around anything. It can just be its own thing in the center. In the end, I did like this better than the first placement. It is still roughly connected to my reference folder. It's just on the opposite side of that canvas zip pouch. Essentially, it's still a functioning unit, sort of. So for the time being, I am leaving that there. If I decide I want to change it, I will. But I think I like it in the center for the time being. And it does still have a nice slim, at least by my standards, slim form factor by residing directly in the center right there. It does stick out a little bit, but not much. And it doesn't change the way my other inserts sit. So that's great. Once again, that's the 0 to 9, the clear 3-fold file. I also picked up stickers from Oblation. The Oregon sticker was a must, as was this olive, Oblation olive, because it's going to reside permanently in my, somewhere, I haven't decided where yet, in my olive notebook. I like the way those look together. And of course, the partner shop stamps. The Traveler's Diner stamp turned out really well. The Oblation stamp, it was a little lax in the middle, but I think my surface was slightly uneven. And so what I think I'm going to do next time is actually take the insert out of the notebook. I did not do that, and I think that might have made a difference. That was the back cover of my dated monthly that, like I said, I am going to do a video on. And here is the business card for Oblation Papers. It's beautiful. Everything about this place is just class. Thank you so much for watching my little haul. Until my next video, take care and be well.